I think it is now time for us to cover
Shit Internet Apologists Say! Yeah?
Okay.
What do you got for us?
What do you got?
Trump's prayer warriors slam Muslim members of Congress.
Oh,
Sharia supremacist spiritual warfare.
what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's worrying against who?
So this is the Intercessors for America.
It's who? Sorry.
Intercessors for America.
Okay.
IFA. Jeez.
And what do they do?
The IFA had a prayer. Let's see. They had a
Prayer pancake
monthly prayer
breakfast.
call where they actually invited anti-Muslim activists Frank Gaffney and Philip Haney.
Probably.
And
Two dudes
yeah,
Dudes.
who don't like
so
Muslims.
during this prayer
Call.
prayer off, whatever.
Prayer down.
Because we don't pray enough.
Prayer-a-palooza!
Gaffney spoke. And also David Kubal of the IFA at Intercessors for America. Kubal attacked Rashida Tlaib, a Democrat of Minnesota, and
Ilhan Omar.
Hannah Amar. And Gaffney declared that the problem the U.S. is facing in confronting, quote, Sharia supremacy is a form of spiritual
we can't find it to fight
warfare.
it.
Spiritual warfare. In response to a question about Tlaib and Omar speaking about a congressional reception hosted by the Center for American Islamic Relations, CAR, which Kubal called a, quote, terrorist-linked organization.
The Center for American Islamic Relations.
Yeah.
It's because they have Islamic in their name.
Yeah. So they are just by default a terrorist-linked organization.
Well,
What is this?
It's obviously linked. So you have Islam in that name, and Islam has produced terrorists, and so therefore there's a link.
I was going to say, did he just write terrorism and the Center for American Islamic Terror on a chalkboard and draw a line between them?
Yes. Well, you know, what's funny
It's
is
linked. These two things are linked. See this
the
line right
overwhelming
here?
majority of domestic terrorism is by right-wing Christians.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
is the IFA a terrorist-linked organization?
I mean,
would-
not
I-
by my definition.
I don't know. I think the speaker over here is trashing everybody's probably linked to terrorism.
I'm
too.
pretty sure, you know, by that, their reasoning. Anyways,
Yeah.
what makes Congresswoman Rashid Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, and for that matter, so dangerous is that they are not simply talking about an outfit that I think is properly described as Hamas doing business as CAR, but that they fully share the Muslim Brotherhood's ideology and ambitions to achieve the triumph of Sharia in our country.
Right. So, no. I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with the particular position of the Center for American Islamic Relations. I would be surprised to learn that they were officially affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood or said or could be demonstrated to be promoting Islamism in America, but...
Did this guy call for any action or anything?
We call for prayer.
Let's
so
see.
Prayer. Because if you want to define all this as spiritual warfare, then by all means, I am a fan and someone who would encourage you to engage in spiritual warfare. You guys pray at your respective gods at each other all you want, as long as you're not actually engaging in actual warfare.
Prayer
Yeah.
off.
I was going to say, I think that's the best thing for religious fanatics to resort to.
Dear
prayer.
God, please take care of all those religious people that I don't like. And they'll be praying the same thing.
Leave it.
Yep, done. I'm engaging in spiritual warfare with all religious people right now.
Do you want some more hyperbole?
Yes.
With
Quote,
chocolate.
It is a moment for prayer and for action against this kind of Sharia supremacist spiritual warfare. on the most urgent of scales.
We need more thoughts and prayers.
The persecution for following Jesus Christ is taking place on a scale that dwarfs the predations of Pol Pot and Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin and Mao Zedong combined.
Wow, that's like bingo.
Yeah, no, really.
Put them all in there.
Holy shit.
Take a drink. Take 5 drinks. Yeah.
The thing is, it calls for prayer and action. So now he's already violated what I was okay with. But pray all you want.
Well, unless you call prayer action.
I don't. But I was going to say, it's sort of the limits of the protection of freedom of speech or when you incite violence or violent action. But if someone wants to go home and pray that someone dies, I don't think that counts because prayer doesn't do anything.
As a matter of fact, if you're a theist listener to this program, as I'm here as a special infrequent guest, I would like for you to all pray that your God kill me as quickly as possible.
Oh, but then you might
Tick-tock.
Yeah, I know what time it is. Now you've told the listener.
All right, you know what? There's more crazy, but I think that really is the peak of crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's the peak of crazy.
It's all dwarfed. What's happening to Christian people now is worse than
Buzzword evil, buzzword evil, buzzword evil.
Yeah, Pol Pot, Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, and Mao Zedong combined.
Jesus, I was just going to say that they're now throwing supremacist in there, which sort of tells me like I don't think that's an adjective they would have combined before these things. I feel like they're actively
Before we took their hoods off.
Yeah, before we took their hoods off. Before it was in the news, before white supremacy was something we were talking about, because it's always, oh yeah, well, I'm going to call you words that you called me to. Every time. All left.
Yep.